Hello, beautiful people in the Ascension Portal. First of all, I'm so happy to be with you. Happy October. I'm about to go in to do a live channeling. I don't yet know what the energy update is for October. I can only tell you that I've been getting remarkable downloads from Spirit for the past several weeks about the energies as they are being elevated on the earth plane. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to do my thing. Prep, you're going to watch me do that, drop into theta, and then do the channeling. Okay. We are so happy to be with you here today and are grateful that you are interested in understanding both the process of ascension as it relates to your own consciousness and the elevation of consciousness on the planet Earth. We are here also with delight because you are willing and interested in embodying your whole self. What we wish to say to you is that it is imperative for you to understand, for you to remember who you are. We have said this to you over the most recent months because there is no more significant task that you can embody, that you can bring into your daily life, which is to say that each and every day, every morning when you rise, remember who you are, that you are a multi-dimensional being living in a physical body with an adapted consciousness that allows you to facilitate the life that you are living and the pathway that you came here to manifest. There are no longer ties to karma or binds that curse you. It is an imperative for you to understand that the energetic elevations that are occurring on your planet are splitting you out of the karmic delusion, the karmic illusion that souls have been carrying for lifetimes that make them believe that life is a series of lessons that you are meant to learn, and until you learn them, you cannot really have what it is you want or the ideal life that you are seeking. And this myth is being transformed, transmuted, because it is an illusion that's been living in the consciousness and maintaining a cap on what you would understand as density or 3D consciousness. So we are here to let you know that while the polarities of Earth are significant and the Earth is sort of splitting, shifting into these two-dimensional expressions, timelines, infinite, multiple timelines available within these splits, one of them keeps you in density consciousness and allows you to create whatever you've known to create in terms of what you would call the law of attraction, or in terms of your beliefs making your reality. And this kind of manifesting is usually coming from scarcity consciousness and then keeping you in these loops that feel karmic or feel like they're lessons for you to transcend. But because of the upgrades in evolution, in consciousness, the ascension energies that are facilitating the elevation of your own being and beingness as lifting out of being tied to time and space, non-duality consciousness, it is centered in the heart and the awareness that you are love embodied and that the heaven and or paradise that you are seeking exists within your higher heart, known as the inspired heart, which then can transmute and create through your own consciousness a heaven-like or portable paradise, so that you are walking in a dimension of your own creation that is resonant with your higher soul's path. This will feel to you in many ways like a golden path or a path of flow. Miraculous manifesting is what we call it, and I've asked Lori to teach you many times. This miraculous flow or flow means that you are living in alignment and attunement with your divine nature, with your multidimensional truth, and you are still witnessing and even at times experiencing yourself in 3D consciousness. but you are not allowing it to dictate what you create, which means you are no longer looking at the earth to decide how you are going to respond necessarily to reality and or what you are going to create, but you are understanding that the mission at this time on earth is for you to be creating realities that reflect the divine nature that is your pure, true, immutable self. And that this nature is seeking expressions of joy, of love, of heartiness, well-being, divine prosperity, as well as material prosperity. They're not separate. Only in the ego's mind or in density consciousness do we perceive these realities as separate. It is important for you to understand that the things that are happening on the earth plane, which can be extremely unsettling because they are reflecting that chaos of duality, the duality consciousness which exists in fear and scarcity and othering, fears then people of change, people who have ideas that counter what they've always lived. People who live in non-dual consciousness, who see that everyone is connected, that everything is connected, and that you are truly the center of your own universe, not in a narcissistic way, which is density consciousness, then making everything about you, but rather from an empowered posture as a multidimensional being, recognizing that you are the core, you are the crux of your own reality, and that much of what you have created is a reflection of what you've inherited unconsciously in your body, your mind, and to never judge this, but that you can change the meaning that you give to your own life, to your own interpretations, to your experiences, so much so that you can elevate everything into a higher creation, including your past. You alchemize by seeing things through the heart of love and compassion, with curiosity, with wonderment, so that you can create realities that are truly being shaped. And in fact, they are not confined to the beliefs that exist in the third dimension. By transcending the illusions of the 3D consciousness, which is founded in fear and would have you look at things happening in the political world and in the earth plane and then feel really contracted and lost and or unsupported, you are looking at it as though, oh, this is what the collective has created. I've bought into that collective because I'm part of it through my education, through the learning, and I've had it reinforced for me. But now what I'm learning is that I'm not meant to look at that to interpret necessarily, oh, this is how life is going to go. Rather, oh, this is what was existing in the collective. I've aligned with it, and that's why I'm experiencing it, so that I can shift into this higher awareness where I am now creating what matters to me. And first and foremost, we want you to drop into your heart center on a daily basis, at least 3 times a day, with a deliberate intention to attune to your inspired heart, to elevate the frequency of your own vibration, to bring it into your entire energy field until you feel harmony in your body, and then one with whatever it is that you are experiencing and or creating, so that you can allow more and more goodness into your life. You are going to be seeing significant contrasts. You are invited to elevate your consciousness through these contrasts, not to become more afraid or committed to the density consciousness, which is pervasive on the earth plane at this time. Instead, when you see things that trouble you, stop, take a breath, reground, reconnect, and ask, how is this here for me? What part of me is it asking to transform and or draw from, so that I'm part of shifting this reality into a higher dimensional expression? You are going to notice that you are able to manifest much more speedily, with greater effortlessness. That doesn't mean there isn't effort in your creative process, but the effort isn't hard, isn't pushing, isn't forcing or controlling reality. Rather, it is allowing yourself to be attuned and aligned with that which is greater than what your mind alone is conceiving. We ask you to remember this, that what you see, what you experience, and the meaning you give it is what is creating your reality. What you see, what you experience, and the meaning you give it consistently reinforces and or creates your reality. So if you're watching the news, listening to the news, having dynamics with someone and retelling a story in your mind about that individual, that situation, the way things are going to go, and it reinforces the beliefs that you've had most of your life that feel true to you, challenge them, because they are being shown to you so that they can be alchemized into a new dimensional expression that does not yet exist in your mental and emotional body as something that feels natural. Rather, it draws from you inspiration from the soul, from the heart, from the higher consciousness, so that you can witness the timeline and then change it beneath your feet, in front of you, and even behind you and all around you. We want you to also understand that the allies that work with you are going to make their presence known to you in new ways. That will include the synchronicities, the signs that you see, the way that you are experiencing support is going to improve. You may have visitors during your dreams. You may feel that you are being seen or you are being understood by spirit and or experiencing more inspiration to make changes. Conversely, you may also feel somewhat stuck or lost or confused about reality, because while this elevation is occurring, the contrasting images in your mental and emotional body are surfacing more fervently, more boldly than they ever have in the past. So this is coming up for illumination, transmutation, alchemizing. It is important for you to gather with like-minded people over the next several months as often as possible to remind yourself of who you are, to be in a higher frequency and higher consciousness. You will need this both online, through music, and in person as much as feasible. We are always encouraging you to go outside, to step into nature, and remember how supported you are by nature as a living, breathing expression and extension of who you are and your holographic reality. But within that, our allies and helpers, elementals, angels, spirit guides, master teachers like us, ascended beings like us who are here to lift your spirits, to lift the way you see things, and to help you move through whatever challenges are arising, not from a place of feeling victimized by them, but feeling empowered and curious about the adventure your soul is seeking to have in this body, in this life, through this journey, through this process. We also want to let you know that the earth plane, the fifth dimension, is here. It's seated, it's activated, and it's available. It's not in the distant future. It's here, it's now. It lives in your heart. It lives in your cells. It lives in your causal body. It lives in your expanded higher self body. This is a way for you to understand that it's available to you at all times. You don't need to seek it. You don't need to try to find it or make it happen. By simply learning to tune into your inspired heart, by learning to ground into your body, into Mother Earth as well as Source, understanding that you are connected to the soil, the water, the plants, the minerals, the middle world, the ascended world, all the light beings, all that exists here is part of you, and that you can shape it, not by controlling it, by appreciating what's in flow, how it's in flow, how it moves with you, for you, and through you, so that you can bring more and more masterful beauty in your reality. We want you to understand that Western medicine is being challenged, as are many of the other ideas that have been dominating the earth plane. Eastern ideas, Western ideas, Southern and Northern ideas. Many of these have beautiful information and blessings for you, but there is a consciousness that has limited understanding for thousands of years, that shamans and other mystics and visionaries have been trying to point the way toward for centuries. And we are now here facilitating you in the realization that each and every one of you who is drawn to an ascension process has the capacity right now at your fingertips within you to become self-realized, to embody your wholeness, and to manifest miraculous healing, abundance, liberation, and joy in ways that you have yet to see on the earth. You may have seen it in movies, you may have had brief, blissful experiences, but we are here to tell you that even though the density of 3D is intense and that reality is coexisting, we are asking you not to participate in co-creating it any longer, but to lift your awareness into the reality you want to experience, so that you are now acting as an ascended master in your own life. Begin with baby steps. Begin with learning to be with your breath, to calm your own body, to ask questions about how you see reality, so that you're remaining in a state of compassionate curiosity and witnessing of all parts of yourself, all the parts that you feel are welcome and lovable, and all the parts of yourself that you may have judged or denied or repressed. This is happening for individuals as well as the collective. We are here to also tell you that animals are going through the ascension process with you. Though they are already beyond the fifth dimension in their consciousness, when they are living in domesticated situations, they adapt the vibration of their owners and they reflect it back to them, so that that vibration can be transmuted through them and by their loved ones who are caring for them. With that being said, we also want you to be mindful that it's going to be important for you to pay attention to the foods that you eat. The food chains are going to be impacted over the next several months. And this is nothing to fear. You are not in danger. What we are letting you know is there will be a shift. There will be some changes in what's happening in the food supply, as well as the quality of food. It is imperative for you to know that you have access to healthy foods that truly serve your body. And if you are eating processed foods, this is the month to eliminate that from your body and your diet as much as possible. A minimal amount of processed foods, less than 3% of what you consume, should ever have anything processed in it. And if you can get it down to 0, do it. We are suggesting instead that you eat freshly grown foods, locally grown, organic as much as possible, and simple meals, less complex meals, because the up-leveling of your energy system may be changing your digestive system and the way that you feel about foods that you have always been able to eat. That is changing. There are 2 reasons for this. There are more, but 2 primary reasons. One is that the content and the quality of chemicals that are entering the food supply has up-leveled and expanded over the last decade. It hasn't been reduced, it's actually increased. That energy is in the water, it's in the soil, and it's in the earth table. And because of this, the primary earth and water tables from which we draw nutrients, it's important for you to be mindful of what you're consuming without ever dropping into fear. Remember who you are. This is not a message of fear. This is a message of empowerment. To choose foods intuitively, to listen to your body's needs around what you truly need in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening, and not to follow diets, trends that are telling you that this is the way to eat and the best way to eat, fasting or limiting your food intake, but instead to eat truly from a place that comes from your intuitive flow that lets you know that when I consume this, I feel energized. I feel expanded in my body. I can tell that this is nurturing health and my well-being. This can change over the next several months and the next 6 months to 1 to 2 years. You're going to notice some digestive shifts. So use that information without being afraid of it or doubting or wondering if you're doing something wrong, because you're not. This is about being attentive to your own body, understanding that our our intake is not meant to be identical with others. There are many factors that go into what is nutritious for one's body. All of you need to have foods that are grown in sunlight, that allow your body to receive the nutrients that come from the sun, as well as foods that have not been harmed. And at this point on your planet, most of the foods that are harvested have been done so with some kind of aggression. And so this is not a judgment. This is to inform you that when you eat, place your hands over your food, align with your inspired heart, and radiate light from your heart and your third eye into the food to transmute it, to seed it with its highest potential, to give thanks for the harvest and for all who created this food, and then consume it with the awareness that you are receiving an abundant gift from the earth, from Mother Earth. This will also nurture your root chakra, help you feel more grounded in your body, and also expands your capacity for manifesting wealth. So it's connected to your well-being and prosperity. We also want you to create in your home an awareness that your home needs to be a holographic representation of the 5D world. This includes your house, a home, your office, and the surrounding land. Take a walk through your home and or sit in your home. Does this home represent what I envision 5D to be? And don't judge what you feel. Become interested, curious, to create spaces that reflect love and harmony, that nurture and support well-being for you and all who live in the home. You do not need to control the people who live in your home if they are negative, if they are not able to see what you see or speak the way you want to be uplifted. But you do need instead to unhook from that as somehow impacting or infecting your energy, and instead begin to learn how to become sovereign and to create the space, the sanctuary that is necessary for you, using your food, using your awareness, using your intention, continually radiating that higher frequency and not being reactive to people who are dysregulated or out of alignment with their higher selves. When we judge that, the meaning we give that is what creates more of what we don't want, and it will allow you to live in disharmony. But if you are willing to see what exists in your hologram as a reflection of your own consciousness, make peace with that consciousness. Ask yourself, what is it mirroring back to me, so that I can learn from it, expand what it is that I want, and create more of the beauty in my life that I am seeking to experience and express. We also wish you to know that there are many councils of beings, intergalactic councils like us, who come from different dimensions that you tend to call planets. Palladians, Arcturians, Syrians, and others, angelic beings and high-level masters are here with you, and they are guiding you. They are already within the earth dimension. Some are visible to many who are able to see, but contact will be dependent upon a broader shift in consciousness. Direct contact for the collective is going to manifest in your lifetime. But before that happens for you, it is imperative for you to be living more consistently in the awareness of who you are as a multidimensional being, so that you are bringing that into the mundane. The experiences of your life that you don't consider spiritual are now meant to be woven into your life as though they are spiritual. Doing the dishes, the lawn, cleaning your home, spending time with family, driving to and from work, doing work. These are all meant to be encountered from your higher self, rather than just seeing what it is you want to manifest and putting the time in for that. If you are bringing that into the way that you're communicating in your daily life with consistency, you will notice dramatic changes in your mind, in your body, and in your reality, so significantly that you will begin to feel like you are carried on the flow of divine light that is here for you now. There is much more we wish to say to you, but for this transmission, we are asking you to remember who you are and to understand that that is a call to live in that consciousness every single day, to set your intention to drop into your higher heart, to live the reality of your portable paradise now, here, today, one day at a time, and then to close your day with a sense of gratitude and affirmation that you are learning to master this experience as a multidimensional being in the body. Remember, finally, once again, do not look to the earth plane for clues in the way that you use to refuel beliefs that are outmoded, that are reinforcing realities you do not want. It is imperative for you to remember this, because this is where most people get lost in the manifesting and ascension process. They wonder why things aren't changing, and then they use that information to reinforce beliefs about themselves, and then create from that scarcity consciousness more lack rather than the abundance that they deserve, that is there for them here and now. It does mean living in a consciousness as if this is here now, because there is no time in non-duality. You are transcending the idea of time. There is no need for patience. It is simply about the art of practicing, recognizing that it exists now, and your ability to see it, to feel it, to have it, to hold it, to allow it, is your consciousness living in that state now, with practice throughout each and every day. Not being afraid when you're out of a tune, but only tuning up, realigning, coming back to it one day at a time with as much compassion and love as you can allow. We are with you. It is for you to understand that everything you want and need is here for you now. I have everything I need and want now. Relish in this awareness. Sit in it. Turn and look at how much you have created in your reality. Look around you. Rejoice in the abundance of who you are. Of course, there are things that aren't perfect and right with you. We are not asking you to bypass that. We are asking that within your dream, you are understanding what it's reflecting to you. You are holding it with as much love and compassion as possible. You're remaining curious, and you're realigning and attuning to the divine truth that exists here for you now, so that you can bring this experience into the wholeness of your being and continue to be the master you are born to be, so that you can flourish and live heaven on earth right now, right here. You are creating 5D. We are with you. We love you. We love you. We love you. And with that, so thank you, everybody. I look forward to downloading and getting you the tips and tools. I assure you, you'll have them on Monday for you, early in the beginning of next week, but I didn't want to postpone getting this to you any longer. And I want to thank you for any graciousness that you are here offering to me about the delay in this. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. I also want to remind you, Ascension Portal people, it will be in your email, but I also want to remind you that the courses that I am offering, the 5D New Earth consciousness, as well as walking with your divine helpers, those are available to you at no charge, as well as that book club. So I will be sending you that information. All that information will be coming to you. You'll also have all your other additional Ascension Portal features. Have a beautiful day. And with that, I'm going to say what my guides have been asking me to say and remind myself: Atman Namaste, which is meaning that my higher self acknowledges and sees the divine nature that is truly you. And when I am in my higher self and you are in your higher self, we are one.